Helena and I follow Anzia and leave the command center behind. There's not a single trace of mist on the way. Everything I lay eyes on is crystal clear. As a result, I've lost the ability to automatically open every door I come across. Luckily though, Anzia helps us move forward without any problems. After passing through several doors, we ride a capsule-shaped elevator down deeper underground. As soon as the elevator doors open, a vast underground canal network unfolds before me. There are Antiochu's transport ships on standby. We board the vessel, after which the armored door begins to slowly close. Amid the roar of the engines and the sound of the waves, we can finally breathe easy. Anzia engages the autopilot in the transport ship, puts on some coffee, and stares intently at a map of the canal network. This is an excellent chance to gain information. I should talk to her. More precisely, there are 6 of them in all. Each one belongs to a different project as well. That said, once we decide to commit ourselves to the Magister plan, all other projects are put on the back burner. Okay, our top priority project, I pour more than 90% of our resources into it. However, due to a gradual paralysis of global logistics, every continent was left with resources they couldn't dedicate to the Magister plan. Some more, some less. So due to a multitude of circumstances, the other Doomsday bunkers weren't completely thrown to the wayside. Among the 6 bunkers, 2 were converted to guiding strongholds for the final magistration. Another one was a fortress for the mind that was launched into synchronous orbit. It was called Amahara. That leaves us with 3. Eva, the one we're heading to, is in the Rockies, and where the remaining forces of the north and south of the New World are concentrated. It's also where Colette is. Okay, I gotta bring something up for a second. So, Long Island is in New York, which is eastern United States. The Rocky Mountains are central to western. I don't know, I lived in New Mexico for a good few years, and a chunk of the Rockies extends all the way out there. Giant mountain range. And there's Ark, located in the Alps, serves as the basis of Project Seed. It's run by Utopia, and Maria might be there too. Would that be the thing we saw in the Soyuz events? Finally, Suiho, situated in the Himalayas. Also serves as Project Flint, the first project to be activated, and it's the biggest in scope. It's not really a single bunker, nor accurate to call it a bunker complex. Dr. Lee has always been in command over there. That reminds me, 7 Junior's fleet was blocked en route to Ark, and apparently they changed course and went to that one instead. Don't know the deets, sadly. You know what came up with it, but wouldn't strictly call it his project anymore. It became the judgment that we would all collectively administrate. We judge our future. Judge the future of the Antiochus and the ship girls. And it would judge the future of all worlds that would become test sites. But just the less judgment we can make. Otherwise, light of human civilization would be snuffed out. There would be no futures to speak of. Ah, the Auroral City. Haven't heard that name in a long time. Well now, it's been divided into 2 guiding bunkers, the Gate of Dawn and the Gate of Judgment. One's in the South Pole, the other's in the North Pole. Together they make up a device that can manipulate the planet's magnetic field. Solar activity is currently at its peak, so by fine-tuning the 2 guiding bunkers, we have created the optimal astronomical conditions for the execution of the final magistration. The Gate of Dawn, in the South Pole, is led and defended by Admiral Mikhail and half of the Council's task force and the Northern Parliament's fleets. As for the Gate of Judgment in the North Pole, that's where the Antiochus system's mainframe, the Natural Calculation System, and Laplace's Demon have all been moved. Also, since the Final Magister is beginning soon, Alice is leading the other half of the Council's task force and the Antiochus' main fleet to defend that place. Ship girls from across the world and Antiochus patrols have been continuously gathering there as well. Final evacuation plan, in regards to the final magistration, I assume. Well, ostensibly it's a massive offensive. The ship girls group up with Antiochus' main force, use Laplace's Demon to advance to a higher dimension and completely annihilate X. Then on a losing streak, this is a Hail Mary of an operation we've been forced into. The risk is immense. Imagine the reward. At least, that's what people believe it is. Just to make sure panic doesn't break out. I might lie, emphasizing just one part of the truth. If the Magister plan does succeed, it'll be one hell of an offensive. But, even if we do win, the fruits of victory will not be for us to claim. Does Enterprise know the truth? Do any of the ship girls? Part of it, yeah, like the fact that once they leave, they're never coming back. No, they don't know that the final administration is about to start, or that Alst and I are evacuating. Mandy cannot outwit Laplace's demon. We should have taken that to heart a long time ago. But those girls, they're convinced that we members of the council are special. Everyone thinks we are. You know, they're with the council. To find some way to evacuate us, I just know it. She managed to fool them by spreading the council members across the globe. The truth is, there aren't any special people. Not a single... No, maybe there is. You might be truly special. Because you managed to truly escape. Was my escape part of the plan you all devised? I don't remember that. Weird. It's not like me to forget something like this. Right, didn't you say something about forgetting a lot of things? A lot is putting it lightly. I lost almost all my memories. I forgot more than I even know, like the ship girls that managed to evacuate, and most things about Antio juice. Feels like I was split into a million pieces, and now I'm merely the biggest piece among them all. You don't remember. Not remembering. That might be the key to this project. Just a hunch, but... Did you figure something out? Sorry, Assistant. I think I should tell you as little as possible about the things you don't know about. Not even you're giving me this treatment? Never thought I'd get the rare opportunity to ask you so many things. Even I? Who else has been giving you this treatment? Helena, the very same one who escaped from here. Seems like she knows so much, but she rarely tells me more than I need to know, and she won't say more than that. Helena. Sounds like she's been pushing herself harder than she should since the Lexington Fleet incident. Saved her once in the past, but now she's the one guiding you. I can't help you any more than I already have, Assistant. Please, just don't do anything crazy. We will shortly arrive at your destination. Please check to make sure you have all your belongings with you before you disembark the ship. We're here already? That was way too fast. Let's go out and have a look. When we disembark, we are greeted not by the underground canal, but by the sea. This is New York Harbor. Even in a dream, I just can't seem to get away from this place. Lily disheartened for a moment, but she promptly cheers up. I'm destined to be here, so of course I can't leave. You're different, though. I'll stay here, you take a ship to Eva. Maybe this is nothing more than a dream after all. I may be trapped in here. There are people on the outside working to save me as we speak. I happen to have faith in them, but there's no need for me to try and find a way out. I just need to buy time. That's all I need to do, it doesn't matter where I do it. I'll be going to Eva. Let's defend New York Harbor for as long as we can together. Well, alright, New York Harbor it is. After our arrival, Anzio commandeers an unmanned military vehicle and drives us to Urban Defense Headquarters. Throughout the car's slow advance, the hazy city gradually takes shape. Some of the buildings still have their lights on, but it feels strikingly empty here. Desolate. The most common sight here is robots on group patrols. Sometimes cars pass by. We're all soldiers who fell back from the Long Island defense line. Some are staying here in New York City, and the rest will leave for Eva. The city streets are otherwise deserted. Only when we pass by skyscrapers do we see signs of civilian life inside. They seem to be working on something alongside the city police force. To be honest with you, New York Harbor and the Long Island defense line were both bait. There are never going to be any civilians here. But some civilians just refuse to evacuate to Eva. Some of them don't want to move. Some of them just don't want to give up their homes to the enemy that easily. I respect their decisions. As the car passes through a park, I spy a familiar building. Is that the university? We go wherever and do whatever. We're the masters of our own destinies. For today, anyway. Oh, hell yeah! Way to go, Doc! Well, I think some sort of plan would be good to have. Where are we going exactly? Let me think. Oh, hey, it's almost lunchtime. I know a good cafe House told me about years ago. I don't know if they're still here, but if they are, let's grab something to eat. After that, we can do some window shopping and then go to the movie theater. So the plan is to wing it as usual. Fantastic. Oh well, at least it's worth it to check out the cafe. Just tell me the name of it. I'll look them up and see if they're still open. Sure. It's called Granate. It smelled like pomegranate, right? I think it's it. I wonder how Granate is doing right now. Whoa, still remember that place? That's not surprised. The food was amazing. Sadly, they closed up a few years back. We couldn't go if we wanted. Beyond that is Commercial District. Wait, first let's take a group selfie. With Hampton, you did the honor of your drone. Make sure you get all of us, Bonnie included, in the frame. You know, she'd probably be livid if she learned we went on a date with the professor without her. But her face in the picture, you can say she was there in spirit, right? How's that sound, Professor? Over here, you can stand in the middle. Hammond, Langley, scoot over a bit. Yorktown, you can stand right behind the professor. And I'll be right here. Everyone ready? Say cheese on 3. 1, 2. I walked here of Yorktown once upon a time. It's just a neon-lit shadow of its former self now. This is all from the Yorktown 2 events. I didn't end up recording that, but I think I have all of the events footage on memory. I can probably bang it out real quick. This is where we'll be setting up shop. Let's go take command, you two. Can't wait to see what scraps are left for us. I'd say you two. I was confused. I forgot Helena was here for a sec. There's basically nothing here! Anzo grimaces the information we find in the command center. One Type 1 Antio's fleet, 4 standard urban defense fleet drones. Half the Council's combined fleet post Long Island withdrawal, under 2,000 city guards. That's dropping a bucket in a place as big as this. Focus our force on the Long Island defense line and we can protect the city for one more day, tops. Let's have to use space to buy time. Yep, that's our only option with defense systems as they are. We'll have to gradually give up more than 90% of the city. Defense system is still functioning though. We have enough ammo to last us. Are there any nearby fleets that can support us? If the city is considered bait, bait works better than longer stretch of the enemy. I'm starting to wonder about the X here, because why not just glass the place? We seem to have some pretty terrifying capabilities in the past, if Purifier is to be believed. And they don't seem to be interested in conquering territory, more so wiping out humanity as a whole. So why bother, like, try to take the city rather than just bombarding it until it's dust? Unfortunately, they're all gone. Unit forces all moved to Eva. What about council forces? Nada. Last 3 fleets in the area have all been moved to Long Island. In short, we need to make do with what we have on hand. Fortunately, Helena is here. You can't underestimate ship girls, even if there's only one. A man makes do with what he has. I've been able to procure support from the outside. I thought you were an allegory. Suddenly, a familiar figure appears out of thin air. Akagi? Greetings, familiar stranger. What? She's from here, assistants. Why are you here, Akagi? The Skyrealm Administrative Terminal found an anomaly here, so I came to look. This Akagi isn't a physical being, but a projection. Wow, so even the Skyrealm of Amahara is trapped in the stream. Fascinating. What do you all think? It is fascinating. Unusual, moreover. We understand the situation. What's more, we've come up with a solution. Familiar stranger, the stream is yours. Who do you think is most likely to be here at this time? I came here from Amahara, so the others who were here at the time might have tagged along. Akagi, Winston, Hakuho, Azamba, and I-404's group. I'm out to Helena, too. She just knows that something is wrong and is trying to locate me right now. These two... I wouldn't be surprised to see her, along with the Meta Memphis and Vestal. Understood. I'll return to Amahara and devise a plan with the administrative terminal. Before I go, there's one thing I must ask. If everyone in a dream awakens, if the dream is independent of them, can you still call it a dream? It is independent of them. Take all the time you need to think about it. Repeat it again, and tell me your answer then. Akagi vanishes. Anzil, Helda, and I look at each other in astonishment. I must have realized something was wrong in this dream and immediately figured you as the cause. That's the fortune of the mind for you, formidable even in the dream world. Well, it says they broke through the Long Island defense line. Gear up for battle.